If you had have told virtually any one of the millions of Toronto Maple Leafs fans that their team would be heading home for Game 3 after getting a split in Boston, 100% of them would have been happy. But the reality is much different than the hypothetical. With Nazem Kadri facing suspension, and the team getting rocked on Saturday night, the view of the team's potential fortunes has seemingly taken a nosedive. Doom and gloom. Of course, the outlook if Kadri is suspended for any amount of time, which he almost certainly will be, is bleaker than it was, but based on the conversations I've had with Leafs fans over the last couple of days, the team might as well just call it quits today and forfeit the series. And yet, after Thursday, I had about double that amount of people tell me they were wrong when they thought a skilled but possibly untough team could win this series. You can't take one group any more seriously than the other. The whole thing is hilarious, because you wouldn't know that this was a team that recently went to the playoffs once in a decade. Through 2 games, the series has produced 2 vastly different games. Each team has looked great, and each team has looked terrible. This isn't, or shouldn't be, particularly surprising, since both teams are pretty much evenly matched. A split in Boston is advantage Leafs. And even without Kadri, the Toronto Maple Leafs have the advantage of inserting William Nylander at center. He'd be. Ennis scores a lot in limited minutes, and even though you're not going to replace Kadri, moving Nylander to center and inserting Ennis isn't as much of a downgrade as most people probably think. Another reason to think that the Leafs will get it done is Austin Matthews. The worst parts of the fan base are already chirping about him, but the fact is he leads the Leafs with 8 shots in 2 games, and 12 scoring chances. His shooting percentage is 0. His on-ice shooting percentage is 0. Matthews has 1 goal on 35 shots across the last 9 playoff games, and that is just a total fluke. All stats from naturalstatric.com. The Leafs have essentially played the Bruins to a draw without getting anything from their best player. This is just one of those wacky hockey things that happens and is otherwise unexplainable. If I have to pick a team to win a best of 5, it's the team with an overdue Austin Matthews. Matthews, I repeat, has a single goal on his last 35 shots in the playoffs, even though he usually shoots roughly 15%. The law of averages and all things holy say that the Toronto Maple Leafs will advance to the second round on the upcoming and vastly overdue hot streak of their best player, Austin Matthews. Next, the secret to success for the Maple Leafs. Yeah, Game 2 sucked. But geez, keep your head, act like you've been here before. As long as there are games to play, the Leafs have a chance. Look, the Leafs might win and they might lose. But there's no need to be so gloomy about it. The outlook is pretty good. Playoff hockey is sweet, might as well enjoy it while you can.